YouTubers, subscribers, and friends. Welcome to my channel. It's already 90 degrees already, 8 o'clock in the morning. This looks so nice in here. I have to go to work, but come back later and try to clean up some of the stuff that gets tracked in here. It smells like a new house in there. I got a lot of people emailing me about those bricks. There's supposed to be a couple of guys, different guys, showing up later on this afternoon. Hopefully they'll buy those. There's a freaking cricket right here. It's a big cricket. And then after I get back from work, I gotta work on this van today. I have to drain the water out of there and put radiator fluid in there because it runs a little warm sometimes. But that's my plans, my projects today. I gotta take off, be back in a couple hours. What the heck is that? It's like two long trails. Anyways, it's 11:30. I just got home to let my car cool off, and I'm going to change the radiator fluid. Well, actually, I'm going to drain the water and then put radiator fluid in it. Yesterday, I saw this huge freaking lizard. I mean, this is the biggest lizard. I thought it was an iguana. It was trying to go up into there's a nest up there. It was trying to go up this branch here to this nest up there. There's a bird sitting in right now. And I came over here because the bird was squawking like crazy, and it's turned around and ran down and went in this hole in that tree. It was like a rainbow color lizard. Huge, biggest lizard I've ever seen in my yard. Good 8 inches long. Freaking head the size of a freaking, about this big around. Huge lizard. That's why I thought it was an iguana. But man, it is freaking hot. It's 100 degrees out right now. One thing my wife doesn't like about the tiny house is I put those LED lights in there. They're really bright. They're the equivalent to a 60-watt light bulb, but they only use 9 watts each. They're really bright white. She wished we put the lights over here on this corner. And Larry's like, well, I can rip it out and run the electrical. And I was like, man, that's like ripping out the drywall and the freaking insulate. No, we'll just leave them there. He's like, well, you can switch it to the yellow bulbs. The bugs aren't attracted to the yellow bulbs as much as these bright white ones. So I was gonna leave these doors and windows, leave the windows open, get rid of some of this paint smell in here. It looks nice, like a brand new Chinese coin. I'm just gonna leave the door open because the wind blows. It was blowing earlier this morning. I just don't want dirt being blown in because there's all kinds of, from Larry's boots walking around it. We still need to clean it, go wipe down stuff, you know, touch up like right in there. You know, Larry leaning up against the wall and stuff, and he dropped this shelf thing, scuffed up the walls, some touch up. And my wife wants to air it out so it doesn't smell like paint when we move in and we're breathing in the paint and stuff. So yeah, I gotta get the ladder. I got 2 bulbs, LED bulbs right there, yellow ones. I'm gonna get the ladder and I'm gonna put it up here and change them. And then maybe talk a little bit about the projects that are becoming. Some guy who was supposed to come today texted me and said, oh, something came up, I can't make it. So one thing I don't like about Craigslist is there's a lot of flaky people on Craigslist. I had another guy said, when's a good time to come out and see those bricks? I said, you can see them on the internet. I got pictures. He's like, what days are you home? I'm like, I'm home every day. He's like, what days are you not home? And I said, dude, I'm home every day. Now, what kind of question that what days are you not home? Was he planning on trying to steal him or something? I gave him some treats. And Josie's so mean, she stole Jerry's treat. Right here. She's mean, man. Here, Jerry. Get you the bone. She bark at you, huh? Here you go. She don't let you in? Let me put you in the tiny house there. The underground house. Resting on 2 bricks down there. It's funny. This is the yellow LED. This is the white. We'll see tonight if they attract bugs or not, but that's a sketchy setup I had there. Yellow LED lights. It was nice to not have to get up 5:30 in the morning to wait for Larry to show up. I can definitely smell the paint coming from those baseboards, but hopefully leaving the door open will let it air out. Yeah, fat prairie dog. See you, prairie dog. Man, he runs so fast. So we talked with Larry for about an hour and a half yesterday about the tiny house being done and the project for this. He said this is a big project, and I also talked about how I wanted to make a deck here, and I bought the gazebo already, and I want to attach the gazebo to the deck. And I hinted at if he was interested, to see if he was interested in helping me do the deck, which I think I could probably do it with my wife's help. The biggest problem I think I'm going to have is trying to get the materials here. I mean, I could have it shipped from Lowe's or Home Depot. They charge $100 for shipping. If I could save $100 in shipping, that'd be great. But Larry told us yesterday that he's been looking for a job. He's been trying to get jobs at Home Depot, Lowe's, and Walmart. And I said, "What do you mean you're trying to get a job?" He's like, "Yeah, he's not gonna do this type of work anymore because he can't make a living doing it. People are nickel and diming him, and the jobs that he's taken, people aren't paying him, and they're expecting him to pay for the materials out of his own pocket. We're not one of those people. We paid him in full." Early before he still has to do this. We paid him to do this already, but I said, "What would you charge?" And he's like, $500. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, fuck, $500 to do freaking just a 12 by 12 square deck? I didn't say anything at the time, but later I talked to my wife and I said, that is effing crazy. $500 to help me build this deck. And when he told us yesterday $500, my wife was like, $500? I didn't say anything, but my wife's like, $500? And he's like, yeah, I can't be doing these cheap nickel and dime jobs anymore because I can't make a living doing this. And I was like, you know what, Larry, when he said $500, I said, you know what, Larry, what you need to do is take that truck back. My mom's truck, he has to come up with $576 every month to pay for that truck. And he's just working for that truck. And it was a good thing that we had this project here, because otherwise he would never been able to pay the last 3 months truck payments. There's no way I can do this sliding glass door myself. Besides, I already paid him. You know, $500 to do a 12 by 12 deck, I think, is outrageous. So I didn't say anything to Larry about that price. I just told him, it sounds to me, Larry, like you need to get rid of that truck. They used to get financial help taking care of his sister, Donna, who has dementia, but they canceled that. They canceled the financial aid, and he's been paying out of his pocket for medication that she needs and feeding her and clothing her and stuff like that, which is an honorable thing to do because nobody else in his family wants to do that. But I got so many other projects. People are asking me, not only do they ask me on YouTube, but if you follow me on my Instagram, I Seek Out the Truth Arizona, you can go to my main page. You can find the link there. Or you just go to Instagram and just type in I Seek Out the Truth AZ, and you can see videos and pictures that I post there. So this is, you know, the deck is wood, and this is one of the reasons why I really don't like using wood, but I have no choice but to make the deck out of wood. If I knew how to weld, I could make it out of metal, but I don't. See, this is curving this way. The heat and the humidity here in Arizona, yes, we have humidity, and it's really, really bad today. It just warps wood. So I kind of picked Larry's brain yesterday about what kind of wood to use, and he likes to pick the expensive stuff. I asked him, can I use the acrylic? Yeah, but if you use this, it'll look better and, you know, be nicer. And it's like, Larry, I want to go the cheap route, you know. I want to get the good wood, but I want to get the cheapest good wood I can. So I think I'm going to be building that myself, because this is the last project I think Larry's going to do with this, is the sliding glass door. and he said that he needs a couple of days to finish these other jobs that he has. From one lady didn't pay him, or was having a hard time paying him, so he stopped that job. Now he's only got one other one, and he's like, I'm almost done with that one. I need 2-3 days to finish that, and then I can come and focus just on this sliding glass door. And I'm like, my wife and I are like, that's exactly what we want, Larry. We don't want you to knock a hole in our wall and then have to go run off to Mrs. Jones or Mrs. whatever house to go do theirs. We want to do this in one day, if not one day, 2 days, because I don't want to leave it open. I don't want spiders or anything getting into my house, rain, because it's monsoon season now. So yeah, I think this will be the last project we do with Larry, because he says he's going to quit doing this construction work because he can't make a living doing it. I mean, I feel bad for him, you know, because I had this project here my wife wanted to do. She wanted to rip the roof off of this and put a new roof on, you know, basically leave it the same, but maybe close up half of it for the dogs and insulate it and everything like that, and leave an opening for them, and then use the other half as storage. But he says he doesn't want to do this kind of stuff no more, because he has to charge outrageous prices just so he can make a living. And I understand it, because I work for myself. My wife and I, we have our own business. We're self-employed. You have to hustle. When you're self-employed, you have to be a hustler, and you have to hustle. And Larry's not a hustler. He knows what he's doing. He's good at it, but he's really slow infinity. And that drives my wife crazy, because my wife's not a very patient woman. I got a lot of patience, but even for my patience, he's extremely slow. We gave him a deadline, August 1st, that this tiny house better be done. Better be done. And actually, he got it done before August 1st, and we're happy with that. But it shouldn't have lasted this long. I get a lot of people ask me, "Wow, you must be rich to keep affording these little projects." Well, my channel is not about projects. My channel is about what's going on in my daily life, and right now, what's going on in my daily life was this tiny house. That right there, and then it's going to be the sliding glass door, and today it's going to be changing the radiator fluid as soon as my car cools down. Look at this bird, just watching me. Can I be in the vlog? Can I be in the vlog? You're in the vlog. I have another project here. I had to put a piece of square wood here, because in this bedroom here, the floor is starting to get soft and starting to sink. So I had to put this temporary wood here to hold this up till we could get the tiny house done, and then I can move everything out of this room into the tiny house, and then I can rip up the carpet and try to repair this. And I talked to Larry about this before, a couple weeks ago, and yesterday we talked about it again, and he's like, I really don't have time, because I'm going to try to get a job at Walmart. And we did a project where we repaired the whole floor there, changed the whole bathroom floor. So I think I'm going to be doing this project also by myself. But I think I can do it. Don't look too hard. But those are just a lot of different honey-do lists on my project list to do. My wife texted me. And see, I'm going to use my new drill to take this van apart, work on this 2004 Kia Sedona. This thing is always full, so I'm going to take this off and clean it out. And I think I have to yeah, I'm going to have to take all this stuff off to get to that hose down there. I can't seem to. Man, it's hot. I should have definitely parked this in the shade. Maybe I can back it up and put it in the shade. Yes, I still have that small oil leak. This is a much better idea in the shade. So this is going to be my project today. I've been putting this off for a long time, and wow, it's still hot. And I really don't like working on this van. I mean, I used to do this for a living up until about 3 years ago. I used to flip vehicles all the time. I used to sell maybe 2 vehicles a week, buy them, fix them, and flip them, buy them, fix them, and flip them. But I don't know, living out here in the country, people just don't want to come out here. The last car, it would take me about a week to sell a car. The last car, it took me 3 months to sell. and I barely made any profit on it. So that's when I told my wife, you know what, I think this flipping car business idea is going to end because people just don't have any money. And it's a good thing I quit because, yeah, people don't have any money. It's like I've been trying to sell this house 3 times in the last 8 years that we've owned it. And people don't have any money. Everybody wants to rent to own it. I have a house in Cocoa Beach that I rent to own to my daughter. And she's been renting to own it for the last 5 years. And it's really hard to get money from her. It's like, oh, Dad, can I pay half this month and maybe 3 weeks pay the other half? And I've never gotten a full mortgage payment from her. So, and that's my daughter. Imagine if I tried to rent to some stranger I have no idea and they tried to do that to me. I was like, nah, I'm not even interested in it. So that's why I decided to build this tiny house. A lot of people ask me, why are you building a tiny house? You got a big house. Well, because my kids, when we first bought this house, this was a fixer-upper house. When I bought this house, I bought it off an auction, off the internet, government auction. I paid cash for it, and I put a lot of money into this house. I've done a lot of work. All the hot water and cold water tubing is brand new underneath, brand new water heater, brand new appliances. These ACs were brand new when I put them in. I was going to change all the windows out, but you know, over the years I've been trying to sell it, and that's why I haven't done anything to it. But now we just decided to keep it. That's why we built this tiny house, because my kids are growing up. My daughter wants a bigger room. My son wants his own room. He's tired of sleeping in the living room. So that's why my wife and I got our own separate little tiny house, master bedroom, tiny house, whatever you want to call it. And that's why we're going to start doing projects, start putting more money into the house, because I've already put a lot of money. I spent $5,000 just doing that concrete block, because before it just had a wriggly old, not even a chain link fence, just a cheap old. You can go back and watch my much older videos of the backyard, what it used like. I got videos of the backyard. And I've been, from day one that I bought this house, I always wanted to put a sliding glass door in, but I wanted to put it there because I really hate that door, because the door, I clean it constantly and it gets dirty all the time. Kids kick the door when they open and they go in, handprints, dirt and wind gets caught in here, because this is like a wind tunnel. This area right here, I have to blow it off every day. I've painted this carport 2 different times, and the sun just peels this paint off. So I just decided, instead of having a mortgage, because we own this house, I don't have a mortgage. Instead of going and having a 30-year mortgage and living in a subdivision, what I don't like, I just decided to start investing more money into this house. And we have a cleaning / personal assistant type business that we've been doing for 10 years. And I'm not rich, we're not rich. But we make a pretty good living. But I'm not going to go into my financials, but I will tell you how much we spend on the tiny house once my wife gets everything together. I asked her last night. She's like, well, give me a couple of days. I have to figure it all out. I stopped keeping track around $8,000. I know we gone way past the budget. I originally planned $5,500, but it's an investment if I ever down the road decide to sell it. But this is my project right now. I'm just chit-chatting because I really don't want to start sticking my hands down in this hot motor because it's still hot. But I got to get it done. Got my wife coming home and bringing me lunch from McDonald's, and I'm starving. I was going to go in and make me a sandwich, but I'll just wait for her to bring it. In the meantime, I'll take this stuff apart. So I'm going to have to take this off, take this cooling fan off to get down, to have room to get down and get that hose, drain all the water out. There's only water in here. There's no radiator fluid in here. So, and I'm going to take that off and clean that out because that don't seem to be working. So that's my plans. Let me get started on this. Very important tool to have is a magnetic telescoping tool. First thing I did was drop the freaking thing down there, and I couldn't get it. Good thing I have this. Just to get to that hose down there, you got to take this whole cross thing off. Disconnect the horns, this hood latch, and these bolts to lift this, just to get this fan out, just to get to that hose. This Kia design is the most retarded design I've ever seen in my life. Something I thought would be so easy is turning out to be 1 hour into this. I've dropped every freaking tool possible to drop, and I still haven't got that hose off yet. And I took this apart. There's a hose down inside of here. I was wondering if this hose... Nope, that's not plugged. yeah, a 5-minute job was turning to be an hour freaking plus job. Alright, taking a break for lunch. Got me a 1/4 pounder with Big Mac sauce and bacon, a couple fries, and a Malawi mango bai. I got everything taken off and drained out of my van. All I gotta do is put it all back together and put the radiator fluid in, and I'm done. But I'm starving right now. This tool makes it so easy. So easy and so fast. Like that. Cool. It all done. It took about, I don't know, maybe there's a little 5% left in here. Maybe, I don't know. Got it all filled up, everything back together. Been letting it run, cooling fans kicked on. Cleaned this all out, got that hose out, filled it up to the fill mark. Sounds, my wife says it sounds smoother, whatever that means. Let's go check the temperature. I've been running it here for, I don't know, 10 minutes with the AC on. Ooh, nice and cool in here. Yeah, baby. That's what I like, sitting still with the AC running for 10 minutes and staying below the temperature line. Before it was running in the middle here in the red H. It was running right there, and after draining the water, it was like only half full, didn't have that much water in it. So you have to maintain your vehicles. You have to take care of them or else they won't take care of you. It's got 202,161. I've had this van for almost a year now. Matter of fact, I got it next month, August. I have to, next week, I have to get the tags updated on this. It expire in August. And, turn that radio off. Yeah. Matter of fact, July 15 was, it's been 3 years since I've been diagnosed with diabetes. Man, time just flies. But that's what I like. I like sitting still, the car's idling perfect. The temperature gauge is staying right below medium. That means it's running nice and cool, even though I'm sitting in a shaded carport. But I know my cooling fans are working and everything. So, got that done. Let me put all away my tools. So, people have been asking me about Mrs. Kravitz. I think she does have somebody taking care of her. There's somebody showing up in a white truck. I'm waiting for a guy to show up to buy these bricks too. He said it should be here about 45 minutes. That was an hour ago. So, yeah, there's somebody in the truck and the trailer over there. I've seen the truck and trailer of Mrs. Kravitz on many times, so I guess that person's keeping an eye on Mrs. Kravitz, because I don't know what's going on. This looks like the guy's going to buy my bricks. Yeah, the guy got here to buy my bricks. I'm going to load them. So, 2:30, I sold the bricks and helped him load it. I'm rich, bitch! Got this all cleaned up finally. No more spiders over here. Cleared up this area a little bit too. Raked it. My wife's in there cleaning up the tiny house. And I am soaking wet. It's so humid. I've seen this guy go in and out of Mrs. Kravitz's house, but I haven't seen Mrs. Kravitz. He's back in the backyard doing something for her. But let's see what the temperature is. It's like 105 right now. 2:30 in the afternoon. Anyways, I'm done. I'm going to go inside, take a shower, get cleaned up, and call it a day. Those are the projects for today, and those are the projects, as I talked about earlier, that are going to be coming up. So, when we're going to start the sliding glass door, probably sometime next week, because Larry's going to finish off the week. His other client get that job done. He don't work on the weekends because my mom put the hammer down. He's not allowed to work on the weekends. But look at these clouds rolling in here. It is so freaking hot. Go in and check on my wife and then go hit the shower. So if you like these kind of videos, why don't you subscribe to my channel? Don't cost you anything, it's free. Stick around to see what else is up. What else am I doing besides tiny houses, sliding doors, vlogs, wild animals, prairie dogs. Smash that subscribe button, don't cost you anything, it's free. Like always, hit that like button, leave me a comment. And if you want to see what I'm doing on a daily basis, other than just doing uploads to YouTube, check me out at my Instagram. I Seek Out the Truth AZ, Arizona. And you can go to my main channel, go to the top right corner of the page, or go in the description box below and click on the link. It'll take you straight to my Instagram. I post videos and pictures daily there of other stuff that I'm doing. Like last night my wife was making Indonesian chili. I made a video of her cooking that. And that's it for today, man. So thanks for taking the time to watch my videos. I'm gone.